T don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Late Keisha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell cause the tea don't stop.
Hey, how's everybody doing? I hope y'all having a marvelous day. Make sure you guys have hit the like button if you have not already. If you guys are not following the channel, this will be an awesome time to do so. Now, I had told y'all a couple of days ago that I had been changing my diet, and I didn't know that when you change your diet, you start getting these headaches. It's because your body want what it's used to. I kind of got a headache here, but I said I'm gonna push through because we gonna make it through. Okay. I told y'all I'm doing menus. I'm gonna finish my menu for the week and I may post it so y'all can see what I'm eating. But yeah, this changing your diet mess is hard because I'm so used to, at some point eating something sweet that I got a headache. But like I said, we're gonna push through, honey, because I got to change the diet. I'm noticing the stuff that I'm eating is making me feel tired. And I'm like, no, I got to change my diet. But yeah, we got to get into this video. I want to talk about Shamea. Girl, not again. Shamea is just, for some reason, set on making herself look like a fool, lapdog, Porsha's sidekick. When I know I would like to see her out of Porsha's shadow, but for some reason, it just seems like it's not happening. It's like Shamea continues to put herself in Porsha's shadow, and it would be really, really nice if she would just not do that. Now, I had told y'all before, I had did a video before, and we had spoke about what I had said was I felt like Shamea was upset at the fact that Drew and Angela had revealed some information, and the information that Drew and Shamea revealed was in fact the issues that Shamea said that she had with Porsha. Because, if we watching the same show, y'all see that Shamea does seem she seemed like she a little bit scared of Porsha. Now, I don't know if that's what y'all getting, but to me, it seems like she is most definitely afraid of Porsha. It seems like she doesn't want to talk about the issues. But the problem is, you have told other women on this cast about the issues, but yet you don't want them to bring it up, which is crazy. So I'm just like, Shamea, girl, why you even bring it up? But maybe she thought, when they pinky sweared or whatever they did, that maybe they were not going to bring it up. And I feel like that is the problem. And I know we talked about that before, but I got to get into that so this can make a little bit of sense for y'all. So give me a moment.
She was hurt by the fact that,
let me start it over.
This is Porsha's show. She's the HBIC. And I don't know if this is a good idea, but this is the real. And she went on to say that, the friendship is not in the place that everyone thinks that it's in. She was hurt by the fact that Porsha didn't come to her wedding. She was hurt by the fact that Porsha did not ever congratulate her for getting a peach, nor ever take her out to celebrate her. I would never know this. I would never know this. And I never would have thought that that was the case because Instagram shows like this great, beautiful, friendship. But there was a plethora of things that Shamea said that I feel like Shamea needs to vocalize, right? Because that's her story, that's her pain, that's her journey. But she had a lot to say about how she felt like Porsha was not a good friend to her and that she has been a very loyal friend to Porsha. And we only encouraged her because myself, and I've always told Angela, I told Sonia, and how I've lived on this show is speak your truth and just be you. Mm-hmm. And that's all I can say. This is Porsha's show. And that's all I can say. And so we encourage Shamea to do that. And I think with us now knowing this and Angela speaking to Porsha, it was bound to come out. We had a cocktail or two. And she felt vulnerable. And I feel like she felt comfortable and she needed to get this out. And so she was like, I need us to pinky swear because what I'm about to tell you, I need to feel like I'm in a safe space. So we pinky sweared. I'm like, what's wrong, you know? And she went on to tell us that she felt like, you know, she needed to be real and address the issues that she has in a friendship with Porsha. She went on to say how she didn't want to come across as though now she's got a peach and she's here and now she's going to tear down her friend who helped her to get on the show. She didn't want the fans to come for her in that way, to feel like she's ungrateful or a bad friend. So I can tell you, she was considering the fans and the look of how it would come across.
Do you think Shamea is just tired of...
And that's all I can say.
Tired of being the background singer in Porsha's life?
Yeah, I think that Shamea, first and foremost, is such a humble spirit.
She is.
Such a pure soul. I just love her. I just love who she is, and she's so dynamic, and she has so much energy, and she just seems like she puts on a happy front. Like, I'm gonna just be the life of the party. I'm gonna make everybody laugh, and she doesn't really get an opportunity to open up about who she is and how she's feeling because she's never been in a position to. So the friend of the show, she became the friend in real life. The cheerleader on the court was the cheerleader that I think she was for a lot of people, you know, but particularly Porsha. So seeing her in this position, I felt like this was her opportunity to exhale and release. And I just felt for her because I know what it feels like to be in a relationship, friendship, and you feel like you can't really speak your truth, but you want to clear the air so hopefully you guys can get to a better place.
Tired of...
Okay, guys, and we kind of talked about that particular situation with regards to Shamea basically feeling like she confided in Drew and Angela, and now that, you know, because they're the two that kind of let the cat out the bag, that, hey, Shamea is not that happy about her friendship with Porsha. You know what I mean? But Shamea is still saying that that is not true. But what we're noticing is that Shamea, girl, not again. You are constantly digging this situation up with Drew. And it doesn't really appear that there is an authentic, genuine issue with Shamea and Drew. But it seems like Shamea is constantly going after Drew because of this situation with Porsha and Drew, which we know is not really real, because we know that Dennis is not trying to talk to Drew and they are actually working together. But, you know, Shamea doesn't like being called a lapdog, but baby, it's giving that. It's giving that. Now, Shamea brought Porsha to a meeting that she had with Dennis. And this was, I'm sorry, to a meeting that Shamea set up with Ralph. And we know that that meeting was a get back meeting because Shamea was like, let's get back at Drew. Again, you're being Porsha's lapdog because you don't have a problem with Drew. Why are you inserting yourself into this situation between her and Porsha? And this is kind of what people are saying, because you keep reverting back to Porsha's lapdog, which you don't like that name, but we don't really know what else to call you because you're not standing alone. You are constantly in the mix of what Porsha is doing, y'all. I want to get into an interview that Shamea did.
Very big deal about Drew hanging out with Dennis, her ex. What do you think about Porsha then filming with Drew's ex, Ralph? I think we know what Shamea thinks.
I think it's okay. I'm the one that invited her.
Yeah.
It was just a dinner disclaimer that we were all at. I just felt like I needed a witness so that everyone knows that Ralph and I were not on a date. Mm-hmm. Ralph and I have worked together in the past. I hosted a podcast. It was like The Real Husbands of Atlanta with Todd, Candy's husband, and it was strictly business, helping a friend out. I'm still married. There's no interest there for me. So I needed it to be very clear. That's why I brought Porsha along. And then, you know, I let her get her a little lick back.
Yeah. Porsha made a very big deal about Drew hanging out with Dennis, her ex.
Now, if y'all can hear, she emphasizes over and over again, which I don't know why she needs to say that it was strictly business. I mean, we wouldn't have thought that it was nothing other than either you trying to get back at Drew for Porsha, but the fact that Shamea keeps emphasizing that she doesn't want Raph is really weird, and I don't understand why she keeps saying that. But Shamea, not again. You are doing the same thing that we thought that you were done doing. I don't know, y'all. Is Shamea gonna come back? Because it seems like she has a problem standing on her own 2 feet. And it seems like she wants to constantly revert back to, this friendship with Porsha and wants to protect Porsha when authentically to make this situation work in a group, as friends, even if they're not really friends, people have to really stand on their own. If you guys were paying attention to the episode, what Drew said is, Shamea, you really started that because Drew is saying that she didn't really mean anything harmful about it when she said that the money that Dennis makes is going to help pay for her college. She never said that, they needed money for the little girl's college. She was simply just saying it's going to be money. But Shamea took the information and ran back to tell Porsha, which is crazy because you're still telling them that Porsha is not a good friend, but yet you're going back telling Porsha something about them. So it does seem extremely, extremely messy. Then on top of it, you actually started it with Drew because you were the one asking Drew about her and Dennis when you should have left that to Porsha. Again, you are being Porsha's lap dog. And we got questions because we really need you to stand on your own too.